Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the open Gray League, and let's see if we can get some wins with the Stunfisk paired with the Shadow Feraligatr and the Annihilape in the back. Looks like we are going to just stay in here. Both of us are fairly tanky. They get to this Ice Punch. It's not a Shadow Dusclops, so we can take these a little bit better. However, we are taking significant damage, especially with the Ice Punch being super effective, and we don't really have super effective moves. So it looks like our opponent does elect to eventually swap out into their Diggersby, and that's what we wanted. We are going to fire off the Annihilape. Annihilape just is going to be throwing Ice Punch at this point and looking for the farm down. Okay, no farm down without taking a move. They go for another Fire Punch. They want our Annihilape gone, so they go for the Ice Punch there, which is interesting. Not exactly sure if they even have Shadow Punch at this point, but it looks like the Shadow Feraligatr has the energy advantage versus their Dedenne, and from experience with some energy, this will be able to be favorable for us because of the 2-shield scenario. So they go for the charges to boost up their defense, which is normal. And we get to this Hydro here, which will get them low enough that we can farm down. And that's exactly what we do to take down the rest of their team. So GG's to our opponent. They end up having a interesting team of Dusclops with the Diggersby core, and then just like the Dedenne trying to win the backline. Ooh, interesting. We got a Feraligatr Golisopod. Could have been a Shadow Claw version, but it looks like we have the benefit of not taking a lot of fast move damage. It's just mainly their charge moves. We get to multiple moves here, and we end up getting a shield. And we're okay with that because now we can come back in here and farm with something. We're debating which one to farm with. Looks like our opponent lets us get the farm down with an Annihilape, which is fantastic. This Annihilape here will be able to reach a move. Rage Fist is used. We try to get to another one, unable to reach. We are going to be able to get to switch out. Our opponent elects to go for the Icy Wind, and that Icy Wind debuffs our attack, but our Feraligatr, as you might know, still is very formidable. We shield here so that we can get to another move, and we're going to make them make a decision. Will they shield or let this go? Because now we can combo play here. This Rage Fist, not enough to take him out. Discharges used is not quite enough to take out, but that farm down will be the detriment of our team because they are going to be able to get that farm down to reach a move. So GG's to our opponent. Maybe we could have, instead of letting us farm down, we could have gone into the Annihilape. Yeah. Or maybe getting that extra shield with the Feraligatr. Okay, next we have Stunfisk versus the Giraffe. This is an interesting swap in because it looks like our opponent is going to just sack it, and they end up having a Blossom. So Blossom here, we are just going to try to chip away. It is super effective against 2 of our Pokemon, but you can see right here, we forced them to use some energy. We try to just sack the Feraligatr there, but we forced them to use 2 moves. Here comes the third, and now we're going to try to win this game with our Annihilape. This Annihilape is not boosted, so these moves are just not quite adding up. Rock Tomb debuffs us again. We do get the farm down, and we just have no more health. And unfortunately, this Blossom still has 2 shields to hide behind. We're gonna see if we can farm down and try to get the win that way, but unfortunately, the Blossom is just too tanky for the Stunfisk. So in that scenario, probably better to get into our Annihilape when we saw that Blossom, right? Okay, next we have Decent Lee. They swap into their Ariados. So Ariados is going to be able to tank the first move. Let's see what they end up throwing here. Trailblazers used. Makes sense. But we get to another move here, which threatens some big damage. And we're just going to let this go because we know that we can get some energy advantage with something in the back. We decided to use the energy advantage with our Feraligatr, and we get met with a Dedenne. So we know this scenario from the past. A little bit of energy advantage. We are going to be able to win the 2 shields. It looks like we get a Cacti here, and they elect to let it go, which is fine because now we can just match them and we can try to win this game here with our Annihilape, knowing that they still have that Clocksire. And they reset their buff. Now, what move are they going to throw here is the question. They decide to go for the Earthquake. We shield the correct move. And at this point, we know we survive an Earthquake. So all we have to do is get them to use a bunch of shields. They try to catch the move, but that allows us to farm down and reach another Ice Punch for the win. So GG's to our opponent. It looks like the Annihilape was our win condition, and luckily we were able to figure that one out with the help of them trying to catch. Ooh, Galarian Wheezing here. It's going to be quite interesting. They swap into their Diggersby. We do have the Annihilape for this scenario, and we have the Ice Punch version. Luckily it doesn't debuff us, so it does super effective damage still, and we get the farm down, which allows us to get to this Rage Fist. So good chip damage here. They're going to get the farm down. It's fine. And now we're going to go into this Stunfisk. The Stunfisk is going to be able to tank one move, and we're going to see what moves that they're running here. Okay, looks like a bunch of Brutal Swings are used. Probably Brutal Swing and Sludge. So probably no Overheat is my guess. We don't really know. We shield there just in case, and it looks like our opponent does stay in still. We are going to get the shield, interesting enough, and they're just firing off a ton of Brutal Swings. We're going to get to another Mud Bomb, take out our Wheezing, and they're going to have the Jelly in the back. We shield here because we have a ton of energy, and we believe we can reach multiple moves before they can get to their Shadow Ball. And then down goes the Jelly with the Hydro Cannon. So GG's to our opponent. Check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.